Hello guys, welcome to another session where we are going to talk about a quick selection tool. But just for a quick recap, in our previous session we talked about the magnetic lasso tool, and we explained that this tool more or less like works like a selection magnet, where it just quickly snaps. During our selection, we explained that it quickly snaps to the edges of any image we want to select, thereby making work easier for us, right? Now, in this session, we are going to talk about my favorite tool in Photoshop, the quick selection tool. And guys, with how much I do, I don't want to waste time. I'm very enlightened. I'm very enthusiastic about sharing that with you. Let's get started. Okay, so the quick selection tool, what does it do and how do we get it? So you just come here, this is it, and then you select it. It's the first one in this group, which is a group of two. So you just select it. All right, now with this selection tool, when you select it, all it does, you just have to click and then you keep adding to your selection. Okay, keep adding. Now also bear in mind that this particular tool also tend to automatically select kind of like pixels that almost try to be similar in color. Okay, kind of like almost similar RGB readings. That's what it also tries to do. Okay, but just like how some of these tools behaved, lasso tool, and then how they behaved earlier, the quick selection tool also has some extra features here where you can add and subtract. You can see it there for yourself. So now, as I kept, when I selected it first, you realize that I was dragging it automatically. It has moved to the select the it has moved to the addition. So if I want to subtract from this, I'll just click the -1 here, subtract from layer, then I'll just deselect those aspects that I don't want. Okay, now if I want, then I'll just continue selecting. I just click the continue selecting. You can see that this selection is not also not perfect because it has just automatically selected pixels that is it has seen to be almost having the same color. All right, so I can also go there, go to the subtract button here again, and then drag it along to deselect that selection. Now you could see that. Let me just make it smaller a bit for you to see. See that I've done a perfect selection here. Good. Now let's make another selection at this side, at the other portion of the wing. Let's make another selection at this portion of the wing. Over here, I'm going to select the normal selection, and then I'm going to select this one again. What I want to talk about is let's hit the subtract button at this side. Sorry. Okay. Let's just snap it. All right, good. Now what I want to talk about is let's just subtract this selection from this one. Okay, I also want to tell you something. Sometimes you may be selecting a particular image using the quick selection tool. Yes, you see that. You see what we are using here is a brush. Okay, you can see that it's a brush that we are actually using to select. See the icon there is a brush. All right, now sometimes you could be selecting an image and then you realize that the image you're selecting, there's a particular portion you want to select. Your brush couldn't just select it better, which means you have to adjust the size. Okay, now how do you adjust the size of the brush? You can simply just come here and then increase it, maybe make it bigger so that you could encompass. You see the brush has become bigger. Let me increase it again for you to see. It has become bigger. Okay, so I can just make a selection. It's not like I can subtract the whole thing here. If I want to add, I can make a bigger selection. Boom. See that? Made a bigger selection. Good. Now, if you also want to make the brush smaller, you can just come here and make it smaller. Okay. Now, I would like to talk about the hardness of the brush, but I don't want to talk about now. Maybe as time goes on, I'll explain. Maybe when we start doing some compositions, I will talk about that. For now, what you should know is that this is how the quick selection works. Okay, in Photoshop, and I think this one is enough. I think I would like to talk about the magic one too, since it also doesn't take much time. I don't want to do a separate tutorial for the magic one too. Okay, so let's quickly undo this selection, right? Okay, fine. Oh, if you want to know how I did, I just made a control or them control C. That is what I used to um delete that selection right there, or unselect that selection right there. But remember, I also taught you that you could also use you can also, let's say we made a selection, you can also do we can right click inside the layer and also click deselect. Okay, fine. Now let's talk about the magic wand tool quickly. Just a quick one. How does this tool that? And you can see, if you want the magic wand tool, you can just let's say you are on the quick selection tool and you want to hit the magic wand tool, just right click and then come to the magic wand tool here. If you click it, always remember that when the dot is on it, that white dot there, when it's on it, you know that you are on that mask. Okay, that you are, then you know that you are on that tool. Sorry. Okay, now we have selected it. Now what do you do if you want the magic? Now how does this particular tool operate? It operates in the sense that if you if I should click now, this particular tool is going to sample um particular pixels that tend to have almost like the same RGB readings. Okay, sorry, I don't want to bore you. We don't want to talk about technical terms here, but I don't know how to best explain it. Okay, I think fine. Let me use this term. You see, it tends to select colors that are almost of tend to be equal. For instance, if I should click this side, it's going to tend to select almost all the colors that tend to be white. Okay, now let's see that in action. Let me just click it for you to see what will happen. You see, it tends to select only the aspects. Let me zoom it very well for you to see something. I think let me zoom this. You see, it tends to select only the pixels that tend to have white, almost something like white color. Now let's undo that and then select this portion. It will tend to select only the pixels. Let's click on it. Let's click here. It will tend to select only the pixels that tend to have black in them. Okay, let's see. You see, that is what it does. You see how it has done that selection there. Good. So that is all about the quick selection tool and also the magnetic and also the magic wand tool. Guys, I think that is it for this session. In our next session, we are going to talk about the or the crop tool in Photoshop. Yeah, so sorry, don't worry about that. I just wanted to show you what we are going to talk about next. So guys, that is it for this section, and until then, see you in the next session. Thank you very much. Bye.